today's Urbandoned video, we are showcasing two abandoned police stations, one in Manchester, England and one in Glasgow, Scotland, that we visited in the last couple years. Although both have suffered from years of neglect and intensive damage from vandals, there are still some impressive features retained. Join us as we cover both structures to see what is left.
Alistair,
What?
have you heard that 85% of people are not subscribed?
You're joking? They need to hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell to never miss a video. Hi everyone, just a brief announcement before this video begins. Obviously we have a huge catalogue of locations that we filmed over the past 5 years and the backlog's always growing. During summer we have some more time, so we decided to upload one video a week for the next 6 weeks, and the video will be up every Friday at 6 PM. To repeat, that's a brand new video every single week. The last time we did this was winter 2018, so I hope you're as excited as we are to see constant content from us. Today's release covers two law-related premises in England and Scotland. Will we avoid the law whilst exploring inside them? First up, we are checking out the abandoned district courthouse and police station in the city of Glasgow. After trying this property on numerous occasions over the years, once being stopped on site during a large-scale production taking place, last year we finally got our chance. Construction began in the early 1900s, the building designed by a notorious architect in the city, who also built the nearby fire station and hospital with similar looks. For over a century, it served as one of Glasgow's main police stations and included various courtrooms too. Due to the site's central position, we were at the grounds early in the morning, quickly entering and hoping that we had avoided being spotted doing so. Collapsed here. Step over the lights that have come down. This is quite cool here. Unidentified casualty chart. And there's a map of the area that this police station would look over as well. Really interesting to see.
Really nice wooden door. I wonder if these were booths for communication to outside or some sort of interrogation booth, I'm not too sure. It's only really one seat for one person. There's a lot of smaller ones here by the looks of it as well. Absolutely trashed. Not trashed, but heavily decayed. Work on the lift shaft, really nice. I thought that was marble for a second. seem to find these brown sort of colour schemes in all these older buildings. And you can see the paintwork on the ironwork as well. It's all brown.
The chip and paint on the ceiling is quite satisfying to look at.
Yeah, I thought it was marble when we first entered. I think this place is going to really be a maze. Oh, I can see something of interest. Careful with the floorboards.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good at all.
Oh my. That's nice.
Wow.
I'm really surprised that coat of arms is still intact.
Yeah, me too. Some of the seating is remaining. The ceiling is really nice for what is left of it. The courtroom was a real treat, presenting way more ornate details than we had expected in the property, such as a remarkable ceiling, a grand crest still vibrant on the wall, and old-fashioned seating still in place.
As you can see, the floor is horrendous here. So I'm just going to try and manoeuvre around it as best as I can. This corridor's fine after the terrible floor. This room's not in the worst condition. Perhaps a meeting room or a small hearing room, perhaps.
Saw a reception there. A little hall. Looks like this goes outside, maybe into a little courtyard. Oh no, that would have been a room. It's out by the window. It's all completely collapsed.
A bunch of white tiles or glazed brick here, so most likely going to be holding cells.
So much debris.
I know, it gets worse here. Oh, these are lovely. Lovely wooden doors.
Yeah, this is what we came for, really.
Yeah. They're completely untouched and just naturally decaying compared to the rest of the place. Extensive decay in this one.
Ah, this would have been an evidence room. Or perhaps like a weapons locker. I have no idea, but you can see the years on each shelf where different things would have been kept. Really interesting, and these cells are very intact. I love these huge windows besides the staircase. They bring in so much natural light. This is more cells. I feel like these will be more decayed because they're of a higher floor. It's very symmetrical. Yeah, still empty. Just that little indent on the ground where the bed would have been. It's extremely interesting here. It's notes for the inhabitants of the cells. Provided with 3 meals per day. May, however, receive food supplies from your friends. Drinking water supplied to you on request. Writing materials will be supplied to you on request, and letters, which should be unsealed envelopes, will be sent with the least possible delay. Medical assistance. If you require the services of a doctor, you should ask for one to be called. You can either have your own doctor or the police doctor. And then information on bail. It's cool that this is still here. I'd love to see a date on it though, because I wonder if any of these have changed over time.
Cells continue on this floor, which I wasn't expecting. At least I think they do. Nothing that way, but... oh yeah, they continue. Oh my God, that's a lot of doors. They're all open as well. That's the most cells I've seen in a row. We've done quite a few prisons and courthouses.
It's the only cell I've seen that's locked. No graffiti or anything in there. Corridors and corridors of cells occupy a solid portion of the police station, which must have had a capacity of more than 100 inmates at one time. The differentiating architecture as we made our way through this area showed that floors had been repurposed to house criminals over the century the building was in use. These are proper cells. On this corridor. Some of them have kind of double beds.
This cell is extremely big, at least for a cell anyway. You wouldn't get a cell this size if it was just for one person, quite obviously. So I assume it would hold people here, and then they would walk back out to the courtroom when called, or something along those lines.
We've progressed to a different part of the building. Because the cell bit was kind of all closed off from everything else.
Just looks like small offices, toilets.
Just be really careful of the floor.
See if up there has anything else to offer.
It's a nice open room though. Some patterns on the windows.
Mainly extremely decayed, or the floor's really unsafe. Not a lot of points of interest up here, sadly.
That was about it for Glasgow's abandoned police station. Sections of the structure were utilised as a police museum until its closure in 2008. Since then, besides rumours of hotel conversion in 2015, little has been done for the site, causing it to fall into disrepair. 2 years prior, we were exploring again in Manchester. There had been quite an iconic building in Salford that we had passed so many times, we were curious to see what lay within it. Dating back to 1957, the structure was formerly the city's central police headquarters for over 50 years until the force moved locations. It is connected to the old fire station, which has found another use since closure. Like Glasgow's complex, we had wanted to see the interior of this one for a while, but despite it being clear that others were finding their way inside, we had always got unlucky with the accessibility of the premises, until this evening, in autumn 2020, when we were able to slip in through the rear. This place is very trashed, but I've been passing it for so long. Couldn't just leave it forever and not do it, especially with its size. I'd heard about there being a nightclub in here. This is definitely it. The decor just changes very drastically. That was the bar. See, there's a nice space-themed mural on the wall. Clint Eastwood. It's an old poster. Ooh. Here's a nice staircase. Goes up all the way as well. It's a central courtyard I want to get into. Probably out one of these windows I'll choose. But it's where they'd let people out for a little while each day. Really not much in here though. Nice corridors. Cereal, glasses, jam, Marmite, and chocolate cookies and crisps. Food storage, for sure. Yeah, this was worth coming to. There's no basketball nets like you'd see in the movies, but still cool. It's one of those areas that's been completely unkept. And that long window there is the staircase aligning window. The facility is massive, much bigger than it appears from the front, having provided everything for officers and staff: training, recreation, offices, a firing range, and cells. Vandals have had complete free rein in this courtyard, just to destroy every window. There's hardly any still intact. That's a vending machine. Jesus. You see all the inner workings? And this is where the fire was. Need to be careful where I'm standing. Holy shit. Look at that, that's solid concrete there that's just bent with the support. I find so strange and almost interesting about a fire. Look how quickly it goes from blackened fire damage to just deterioration. It's all about the materials used. Wandering around the immense police HQ, we were finding that most levels contained nothing of interest. Most spaces had been cleared of any remains that could give us an insight into their past use, so we soon headed down, in search of the cells. Getting very dark outside now. Ooh. Some stuff here. Two old looking monitors. Pretty cool. This is some sort of reception. Bail forms, fax frontage seats, warrant sheets, search requests. That release button. Ah, this is a cell. Yeah. That's what you kind of get the idea for if you're in a police station. Those glass block windows as well are so typical. That's 4 cells in total. That one has a very low bed for some reason. Ooh. Yeah, people have definitely been squatting. Got a heat-proof blanket. Very sad. But why not, honestly? Though this building's very decayed, you've got some form of mattress. And it's better than just being on the street. Someone will have to tell me in the comments, but I think these cell doors are very old with these little flaps. This one appears locked, but I'm not going to try it, it's just the same as all the others. It's a very police station specific sign. Probably of Salford. There it is, Salford City Police, South Division. That is awesome. Not even destroyed either. The main thing why it's so cool is because it's totally outdated. I'm sure new buildings have gone up all across these areas. Makes it very interesting to look at. Use of defensive equipment or fire extinguishers means you need to write a report, apparently. Even though the interior wasn't nothing in comparison to our usual standards, it was still good to tick off a building we had admired for years. There have been plans to convert the site into housing, but these have been rejected by Salford Council, leaving the future of the police station in question. We would be surprised if anything positive happens to either of the buildings in today's video for a while. Here are some of our photographs captured at the abandoned police stations. If you like the look of them, check out our Instagram page in the description, where we share images from our explores months before they are seen on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the second week of our weekly uploads this summer. Remember to join us next Friday for another episode. See you next time.